What's up, witches? It's me coming to you from my craft room floor because today I thought it would be fun to sit down and show you another one of the craft projects that I have been working on recently leading up to midsummer. So today I'm going to show you how I've been making these midsummer flower crowns. So you can kind of tie it around your head like this and feel those pagan summer festival goddess vibes. Yeah, that's just something that I've been working on lately as a craft project for midsummer, summer solstice coming up here at the end of June. And so my plan is to make a bunch for them to give out as gifts to people. And so I thought that I would show you my process for doing that. The materials that I've been using, and for these ones I decided to just use fake flowers. You can definitely, I think, use real ones, but you probably want to get more hardy, like sturdy flowers like roses or like bigger daisies, carnations, things like that, because I think some of the more delicate flowers, they wouldn't hold up or last for very long. But I thought it would be nice to make these out of fake flowers just because that way it will kind of be a keepsake / memento that people can hang on to. So what I did was just go to like the dollar store / craft stores and pick up a whole bunch of fake flowers, which I just have in this big bin right now. Because, you know, they come in just the bouquets attached like all on one stem like this, and so then you just use wire cutters to cut all of the individual little flowers off. So that was the first thing I did. And then after that, the other materials that I've been using, a thicker gauge floral wire, which it says this is 22 gauge, but I also have like a thinner gauge floral wire. I have rolls of floral tape, some little wire cutters / pliers for bending and snipping, for the ties on the ends to make them kind of adjustable. I've just been using this giant roll of twine that I have sitting around. You can use ribbons, lace, but yeah, just use whatever you want to use, whatever you have available. From there, what I started doing is just taking like the individual flowers and bundling them together in little clusters and securing that with the smaller, the thinner, more bendy floral wire. And then after that, I will wrap that in the tape to hide the wire and keep any little pokey bits from sticking out. Because you're going to be wearing this on your head, you definitely don't want to be getting poked by little wires the whole time. So after I get a bunch of little bundles made up like that, you can make the base for the crown with the thicker wire. So what you want to do is just get a decent length of your wire, however much you think you'll need to kind of wrap around people's heads here. And snip that, and then once you have your length of wire, what I've been doing is just taking my little pliers, and on the very end you just want to make a little loop like that. on each end, and that's what I'm tying like the ribbon or string around. So if you're using like a ribbon or something thicker than just twine, you might need to make a bigger loop to fit whatever material you're gonna thread through there, but this is fine for just putting a little piece of string through and keeping the wires once again from poking anybody. So then you'll have just kind of a little length of wire that you can bend around into the circle for the base of your crown. Now, what you can choose to do after that, and what I think I did for some of them that I had started making, is you can wrap this whole thing in some floral wire first, if you would like, or if you just want to like conceal it a little better. But by the end, the whole thing will be wrapped and covered in flowers, so it's not necessary. And once you have that, I'm going to take a little piece of the thinner wire and use it to wrap around like this. And as I wrap, what I do, I don't know if you can see here, I fold one end of the wire down along the stem, and then as you wrap, try to kind of go down as you wrap the wire. Keep it as tight as you can and wrap down the bunch of flowers that you're securing so that you get the whole stem tied along the wire of the crown. And then once you have that done, like I kind of have a little longer bit of stem on this than I ended up needing, so I'm just going to use my wire cutters to cut that down a little bit there. And then what you do is take more of your floral tape, and I'll usually, this is really easy to tear, and it's gonna get your fingers kind of sticky. It's only sticky on one side, so it will kind of just stick to itself as you're wrapping. But it's a little bit like a glue stick. You just kind of have a little bit of residue on your hands after working with it. But I will go back with that and just start wrapping it around. You want to try to kind of like, I've noticed if you pull it, keep a little bit of tension on it as you're wrapping, that will kind of help it to stick better, but don't pull too hard because it is pretty delicate tape and you will be able to tear it pretty easily. And then I'm just going back in with my little pliers to pinch the ends of this wire in so that they're not poking out. And then, yeah, I'm just going to keep wrapping this all the way around, and even once you reach the end of this little bundle of flowers, keep wrapping to just kind of tie it in to this wire here. And when you get to the end, just kind of keep pinching it and twisting, and the glue will help it to stick. And there's your first piece. So from there, what you can do, like look, I made this stem like way too long. It doesn't need to be this long, because I want it to still maintain some flexibility in the wire itself so that you can wrap it around your head. Alright, so here's another little bunch that I've made, and what we're going to do is go down a little bit further and just repeat the same process. And you can make these as full or as sparse as you want. Like here's one that just has kind of a couple little sprays of flowers on it. And then here's another one with like some rosebuds that I made a little bit bigger and fuller. So you can really customize it with any kind of flowers or color themes that you want. I kind of stuck to like pinks and yellows and bright summery colors for midsummer. and that was just kind of what they had available in the craft store also. But yeah, I'm gonna take the thinner wire again and just start wrapping that around, pulling it taut and going down as I go. And once that's done, we'll get another little piece of our floral tape and go back and wrap over that wire to conceal it a bit. Alright, so that's 2 down, and you'll just keep stacking them kind of like that all the way around with your little bundles of flowers until you get to the end, and then you can go tie on your ribbon or string or whatever it is that you're using on the little loops at the back there to secure it onto your head. So here's the other one that I finished. As you can see, I just kept laying them on top one after the other, wrapping with the wire, and then going back to cover over that with the floral tape to hide it. And you have a beautiful Midsummer Vibez summer flower crown. So that's it. All I have to do now is churn out about 15 more of these babies in the next month or so, in between working like an extra week's worth of overtime basically. So wish me luck, guys, but I hope that you enjoyed this quick little witch crafting tutorial. I'm not sure if I'll throw it up as a little video by itself or incorporate it into like a little vlog style video with some of the other little projects that I've been working on lately. So we'll see, but you'll see this here up on my channel at some point. Until then, stay classy, pagans.